to the Governor's Cup. We're at the Converse Fairgrounds here today in Converse, Indiana. We're going to feature the 12th round of 14 to get to the Governor's Cup Championship and Consolation. That all does take place on August the 19th at the Indiana State Fairgrounds during the State Fair. So we're getting down to crunch time here into round 12. A special thank you to all those joining us here on track and those off track via live streaming, courtesy of 412 Communications. Ideal conditions here today. The temperature is in the lower 80s, a light breeze blowing. The track condition at this point is rated track fast. We've got 13 races for you here this afternoon. We'll have 12 more tomorrow. Today we do feature the 2-year-old Pacers and the 3-year-old Trotters. There's just one change to report at this time, and it is in race number 2 today. In the second race, it's a driver change for number 7, Telly's Wendy. Make that driver Jordan Ross. Jordan Ross will drive the 7, Telly's Wendy, in race 2. That's the only change at this time. Also at this time, we want to thank the ISA, that's the Indiana Standardbred Association, for their support throughout the entire season, and a thank you to them for the program courtesy of the ISA. Also with the live streaming, a special thank you to the Indiana Standardbred Breed Development for their support throughout the entire 2026 racing season. It is round 12, 14 rounds in total. You need 7 to get to the either consolation or championship. So we are definitely getting down to crunch time here today. And we want to remind everyone that racing continues on Saturday in Portland, Indiana. And then one more shot at it. The last chance to dance will be in Clinton County Fairgrounds in Frankfort, Indiana, before our championship and consolation rounds at the State Fair. With all that in mind, we're ready to roll. Let's bring them out for race number 1, the opener. Race number 1, we've got 2-year-old pacing fillies, 4 divisions. Bring them out. The opener up next. in Converse, Indiana, at the Converse Fairgrounds. It's round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup. We're going to kick off our afternoon with two-year-old pacing fillies. We have 4 divisions. Let's meet the field here for the opener. It's a field of 8, including a first-time starter, the 1, Brookview Honey. Owned and trained by Alvin Miller. Jay Cross will drive. The 2 is GD Captain Win, owned and trained by Joe Wagler. Kevin Detweiler will drive, currently on the bubble in 8th position in the standings. 3 is Miss Bell, Miss Shark Looking, owned by the King Racing Stable, trained by Larry King. Note a driver change here to Mike Peterson. Mike Peterson on the 3, Vel, Miss Shark Looking, 1 of 2 from the King Stable. The 4 is a Rockin' Gold, owned by James Reed, trained by Rocky Logan Loney, in the driver's seat. The 5, Bar Down, a first-time starter on the fair circuit, is owned by Houston Racing, along with John Schwartz Jr. Amy Houston trains. Note the driver change here to LaWayne Miller. LaWayne Miller aboard the 5, Bar Down. And we've got 3 in the second tier, including the 6, She's a Rockin' Clown, owned by Marvin and Felix Kendrick. Along with Larry Poindexter, who also trains. Jordan Ross will handle the lines. She's a Rockin' Clown, currently inside the top 8 in 7th. The 7 is Vel, My First Dream, the 2nd of the King trainees, owned by the King Racing Stable. Clint Coy, the pilot. Vel, My First Dream. Looks like she's secured a spot. She's currently 3rd in the standings. And to round out the field, the 8 is Slick as Silk, owned by Dr. Allen and Carol White, trained and driven by Doug Rideout. Slick as Silk is 2nd in the standings. A busy field of 8 two-year-old pacing fillies. We've got 5 in line, 3 in behind. The first of 4 divisions. On the road to the Governor's Cup, it's round 12. Converse, the opener. It's showtime. You're not kidding. There they go. Often pacing, that is a Rockin' Gold, driving out quickly for the early lead. Bell, Miss Shark Looking corners in 2nd. A GD Captain Win got away 3rd. Bar Down looks to settle into 4th, followed by Vel, My First Dream. Up on the outside is Slick as Silk. Then it's back to the first-time starter, Brookview Honey. On the outside of that one, She's a Rockin' Clown. The field heads up the backside, being led by Rockin' Gold. And Logan Loney, they're on the motor, cutting this one out. In the 2-hole trip, Vel, Miss Shark Looking. A GD Captain Win get a look it over in 3rd for Kevin Detweiler. 1 from there, that's the first-time fair starter, Bar Down, going along in 4th. As they race into the far turn, the opening quarter, 29-2. And as they race midway into the turn, that is Rockin' Gold. 9 starts so far in her rookie campaign, yet to get the win, but could it be today? As they get set to swing through the stretch, Rockin' Gold continues to show the way. A 2-hole ride, that is for racing in a second. As along the inside there, it's Vel Miss Shark looking. Now Bar Down has come first up on the outside. Immediately picking up the cover is Vel My First Dream. She's only about 3 off the lead. And buried along the inside is GD Captain Win the half 101. A third over ride for Slick As Silk in contention, just 3 off the lead. We've got 4 in, 4 out. Up the backside we go in the opener. Round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup, and on the outside now, that's Bar Down reaching for the lead, but here comes Vel My First Dream to call. Also up on the move, she's a rockin' clown, and Jordan Ross are out there 3 high, making up a ton of ground. They're past the 3/4. Vel My First Dream and Coy have opened up a 2-length advantage. She's a rockin' clown third, 3/4, 1:31-2. At the top of the lane in the opener, Vel My First Dream looking to make it 5 wins and 8 career starts, and she holds a 2.5 length lead. She's a rockin' clown, going to be second best today as they come to the wire. Vel My First Dream will win it. She's a rockin' clown second, tight for third. It's either Bar Down or GD Captain Win. I believe Slick As Silk will be fifth. And then it was back to Rockin' Gold, Brookview Honey, and Vel Miss Shark looking. 201 flat. Vel My First Dream. She was going. Back in front of the grandstand, a divisional winner for 2-year-old pacing place this afternoon. Here's the 7, Vel My First Dream. Vel My First Dream's a 2-year-old daughter of Rock. Out of a straight shooting mare, Vel Straight Dreamer. This is win number 5 in the career from 8 lifetime starts for the 2-year-old filly, Vel My First Dream. Brand owned by the King Racing Stable of Ohio. Trained by Larry King, nicely handled and driven to victory by Clint Coy. The time 201 flat, that equals the life mark for Vel My First Dream.
Top down 7, 4, 8, 6, 3, 2, 1, 5.
Check. Here's the official placings from the opener. Brookview Honey was 7th, and GD Captain Win 4th. Vel Miss Shark looking wound up 8th. Rockin' Gold finished 6th. Bar Down was 3rd in the photo. She's a Rockin' Clown 2nd. Vel My First Dream, your divisional winner. Slick As Silk got the nickel. Rechecking top down, 7, 4, 8, 6, 3, 2, 1, and 5 on the bottom. Here's the fractions for the score today. Opening quarter, 29-2. The half-mile time in 1:01. 3/4 time was 1:31-2. Once again, the final time here for Vel My First Dream over the fast track, 2:01 flat. All right, backside, you can bring them out for race 2. Race 2 is up next. Here's the second of 4 divisions. 2-year-old pacing fillies. We do have a change to report in this second race for now. The driver on the 7, Telly's Wendy, make that driver Jordan Ross. Bring them out. Race 2 up next. There they go. Often pacing, that is a rock and gold, driving out quickly for the early lead. Bell Miss Shark looking corners in second. A GD Captain Win got away third, bar down. Looks to settle into fourth, followed by Vel My First Dream. Up on the outside is Slick as Silk. Then it's back to the first time starter, Brookview Honey. On the outside of that one, she's a rockin' clown. The field heads up the backside, being led by Rockin' Gold. And Logan Lodi, they're on the motor, cutting this one out. In the two-hole trip, Vel Miss Shark looking. A GD Captain Win get a look it over in third for Kevin Detweiler. One from there, that's the first time fair starter, bar down, going along in fourth. As they race into the far turn, the opening quarter, 29 and 2. And as they race midway into the turn, that is Rockin' Gold. 9 starts so far in her rookie campaign, yet to get the win, but could it be today? As they get set to swing through the stretch, Rockin' Gold continues to show the way. A two-hole ride, that is for racing in a second. As along the inside there, it's Vel Miss Shark looking. Now Bar Down has come first up on the outside. Immediately picking up the cover is Vel My First Dream. She's only about 3 off the lead. And buried along the inside is GD Captain Win, the half, 101. A third over ride for Slick as Silk. In contention, just 3 off the lead. We've got 4 in, 4 out. Up the backside we go in the opener, round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup, and on the outside now, that's Bar Down reaching for the lead, but here comes Vel My First Dream to call. Also up on the move, she's a rockin' clown, and Jordan Ross are out there 3 high, making up a ton of ground. They're past the 3/4. Vel My First Dream and Coy have opened up a 2-length advantage. She's a rockin' clown third, 3/4, 131 and 2. At the top of the line in the opener, Vel My First Dream looking to make it 5 wins and 8 career starts, and she holds a 2.5 length lead. She's a rockin' clown, going to be second best today as they come to the wire. Vel My First Dream will win it. She's a rockin' clown second, tight for third. It's either Bar Down or GD Captain Win. I believe Slick as Silk will be fifth, and then it was back to Rockin' Gold, Brookview Honey, and Vel Miss Shark looking. 201 flat. Vel My First Dream.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed Development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
And Premier Bluebird gets it done. Bluebird does rewrite the record books.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Horses on the track now for the second race, the second 4 divisions, 2-year-old pacing filly. Driver change to note on the 7, Kelly's Wendy. The driver is Jordan Ross. Here's the field for race 2. They include the 1, E.R. Sarah, owned by the East Racing Stable, trained and driven by Donnie. The 2 is Val Valentine, 1 of 2 from the Larry King Stable, owned by the King Racing Stable, driving Clint Coy, 16th in the standing. It's on the bubble for the consolation. 3 is That's Your Tell, owned by Marvin Schwartz, trained by Zach Miller. Anthony Miller will handle the lines. The 4 is Best Rockin' Philly, owned by Virginia. Clay Scagnoli's the trainer, driven by Lloyd Miller. 5, Vel What a Princess, the second of the King trainees, owned by the King Racing Stable. Doug Rideout is the pilot. In the second tier, the 6 is Kobe's BB, owned by the Black and White Stable. Leander Schwartz trains, Kevin Detweiler aboard, and Kobe's BB 10th in the standings. And rounding out the field at 7 is Telly's Wendy, owned by Anthony Gray Racing, trained by Anthony Gray. Note the driver change to Jordan Ross. Jordan Ross on the 7, Telly's Wendy, 13th in the standings. Starter for the horses to line up. It's a field of 7 2-year-old pacing fillies, 5 on the gate, 2 a little late. It's the second of 4 divisions, Indiana Sired Fair Circuit, round 12, Converse, race 2. Race time.
Slow down a little.
There they go. Often pacing Val Valentine quickly off the wings, out for the early lead. Along the inside, it's E.R. Sarah. Looking to advance on the outside is Telly's Wendy. There to the inside, Kobe's BB 4th. On the inside, 5th, That's Your Tell. As they head up the backside, the back 2. That's the Best Rockin' Philly to the outside. On a break, That's Your Tell went off stride, avoiding the breaker. Val Princess trails as they head up the backside toward the quarter. Clint Coy looking to go back-to-back here, kick off the card. He's got Val Valentine on that lead, a length and a half. It is Telly's Wendy from the second tier, neatly getting away second for Jordan Roth. A gap of 2.5 to E.R. Sarah in the third. That opening quarter, 28-2. Opening quarters quick as they get set to swing through the stretch and continuing to pave the way here. Val Valentine, daughter of Keystone Velocity, paving the way here to the half-mile mark. Right there tracking that leader. It is a Telly's Wendy. Now E.R. Sarah's a much closer third. A much closer fourth is Kobe's BB, only 4 off the lead. There is a gap of about 8 back to Best Rockin' Philly, 3 more back. That is then Vel What a Princess, and then it's back to That's Your Tell, the half, 57-3 as they race up the backside. Telly's Wendy jumped it off while sitting in the 2-hole, and now taking advantage of that, E.R. Sarah with Don East has now collared that leader. Vel Valentine has called it a day. Now moving into second will be Kobe's BB. Coming down to these 2 fillies likely now. E.R. Sarah the inside. To the outside is Kobe's BB. Challenging that leader, looking to go right on by. Now back a pedaling. That's Vel Valentine. Moving up a spot or 2 will be Best Rockin' Philly. 3/4 in 128 flat. They're into the top of the stretch, and it is of Kobe's BB with that lead of 3. E.R. Sarah going to be second best. 8 more lengths back to Best Rockin' Philly. And Telly's Wendy back pacing, but in deep stretch. It'll be Kobe's BB to win it over E.R. Sarah second, finishing third. Best Rockin' Philly. Telly's Wendy was up for fourth. Vel What a Princess fifth. Then it was back to Val Valentine, and then That's Your Tell.
2 minutes and 3/5.
2 minutes, 3/5. Kobe's BB.
Yes. 28.
grandstand after scoring in race 2, the first win in 9 career starts on the fair circuit. This is the 6th Kobe's BB. Kobe's BB, the 2-year-old Bay filly. She's a daughter of J.K. and Devanera out of the Western Hanover mare Widow Tess. It is the first win after 9 starts after 3 consecutive runner-up finishes. She was 10th in the standings going into today, but a victory is going to help her chances in the top 8. Kobe's BB, bred and owned by the Black and White stable of Milroy, trained by Leander Schwartz, driven to victory by the fair's leading driver, Kevin Detweiler. Time of 2 minutes 3/5 will establish the life mark for Kobe's BB. Well, here's how they finished in race 2. E.R. Sarah 2nd, Vel Valentine 6th, That's Your Tell 7th, Best Rockin' Filly 3rd, Vel What a Princess 5th, Kobe's BB a divisional winner, Telly's Wendy wound up 4th, Recheck top down 2, 6, 7, 3, 5, 1, and 4. The fractions were 28 and 2, 3/4 or the half and 57 and 3. 3/4 was 128 and 2. That was a corrected 128 and 2. And the winning time once again 2 minutes 3/5, establishing a mark for Kobe's BB. All right, backside, here comes the third of 4 divisions for 2-year-old pacing fillies. Bring them out. Race 3 is up next.
Slow down a little.
There they go. Often pacing Vel Valentine quickly off the wings, out for the early lead. Along the inside, it's E.R. Sarah. Looking to advance on the outside is Telly's Wendy. There to the inside, Kobe's BB 4th. On the inside, 5th, That's Your Tell. As they head up the backside, the back 2. That's the Best Rockin' Filly to the outside. On a break, That's Your Tell went off stride, avoiding the breaker. Vel Princess trails as they head up the backside toward the quarter. Clint Coyd looking to go back to back here, kick off the card. He's got Val Valentine on that lead, a length and a half. It is Telly's Wendy from the second tier, neatly getting away second for Jordan Roth. A gap of 2.5 to E.R. Sarah in the third. That opening quarter, 28 and 2. Opening quarters quick as they get set to swing through the stretch and continuing to pave the way here. Val Valentine, daughter of Keystone Velocity, paving the way here to the half-mile mark. Right there tracking that leader. It is a Telly's Wendy. Now E.R. Sarah's a much closer third. A much closer fourth is Kobe's BB, only 4 off the lead. There is a gap of about 8 back to Best Rockin' Filly, 3 more back. That is then Vel What a Princess, and then it's back to That's Your Tell, the half, 57 and 3. As they race up the backside, Telly's Wendy jumped it off while sitting in the 2-hole, and now taking advantage of that, E.R. Sarah with Don East has now collared that leader. Vel Valentine has called it a day. Now moving into second will be Kobe's BB. Coming down to these 2 fillies likely now. E.R. Sarah the inside. To the outside is Kobe's BB. Challenging that leader, looking to go right on by. Now back up pedaling. That's Vel Valentine. Moving up a spot or 2 will be Best Rockin' Filly. 3/4 in 128 flat. They're into the top of the stretch, and it is of Kobe's BB with that lead of 3. E.R. Sarah going to be second best. 8 more lengths back to Best Rockin' Filly. And Telly's Wendy back pacing, but in deep stretch, it'll be Kobe's BB to win it over E.R. Sarah second, finishing third. Best Rockin' Filly, Telly's Wendy was up for fourth. Vel What a Princess 5th. Then it was back to Val Valentine, and then That's Your Tell.
2 minutes and 3/5.
2 minutes, 3/5. Kobe's BB.
Yes.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a bright future for all of us.
Horses have made their way to the racetrack for the third race. Here's the third of four divisions. Two-year-old pacing fillies this afternoon. Here in race 3, a field of 7 and no changes to report. The one is Bell Miss Foxy Shooter, 1 of 2 from the Larry King barn. This one owned by the King Racing Stable, driving Clint Coy. Bell Miss Foxy Shooter currently 5th in the standings. The 2 is JN Like a Bell, owned by the East Racing Stable, trained and reined by Don Eash. 3, Lucky Image, owned by Lexi Sarkeen, along with Alvin Miller, who also trains Jay Cross, the pilot. 4, Vel, That's My Girl, the second of the King trainees. This one also owned by the King Racing Stable, driving Doug Rideout. 5 is Love to Put on a Show, owned by Dennis and Kathy Petty. Justin White's the trainer, Mike Peterson aboard, currently 14th in the standings. The 6 is Sassy Cassie, starting from the second tier, owned and trained by Cassandra Lambright. Kevin Lambright will drive. Sassy Cassie, 4th in the standings. And rounding out the field of 7, Shark and Image, owned and trained by Joe Wagler. Kevin Detweiler will drive. Shark and Image just outside the top 8, currently ranked in 9th. Starters call for the horses to line up. A field of 7 two-year-old pacing fillies. We've got 5 in line and 2 in behind. The third of 4 divisions, Indiana Sire Fair Circuit. We're on the road to the Governor's Cup. It's round 12, Converse, race 3. Post time.
One before the start.
There they go. Often pacing Bell, That's My Girl, and Love to Put on a Show. Those two quickly off the wings out for the early lead as they corner into the turn. Love to Put on a Show has cleared into the lead as they head up the backside. Bell, That's My Girl got away second. A gap of 2 to Lucky Image in the third. That's Shark and Image in the fourth, followed by Bell Miss Foxy Shooter in the fifth. Sassy Cassie got away 6 from the second tier, currently 8 lengths off the lead, and then a gap of 3 to the JN Like a Bell as they race to the quarter pole. That's Love to Put on a Show, a winner last time out in Connorsville, leading the way here, a length and a half. Vel, That's My Girl tracking that leader. Lucky Image is looking it over from third. Opening fraction 28 and 3. They're back in fourth. That's a Shark and Image, followed then by Vel Miss a Foxy Shooter sitting in fifth. Sassy Cassie 6th, 7th. JN Like a Bell as they race past the fans in the stands. It is Mike Peterson and Love to Put on a Show continuing to pave the way here from Bell, That's My Girl. Now Jay Cross pulled on the right line, gonna come first up with Lucky Image. Immediately picking up the cover there was Bell Miss Foxy Shooter, the half 101, buried along the inside. Shark and Image is fifth. Now Sassy Cassie has moved to the outside and now she's third over, about 4 off the lead, looking to remain unbeaten here today. She's got some work to do as they head to the 3/4 pole. Love to Put on a Show leading the way here. 3 deep is Clint Coy, and that is Vel Miss a Foxy Shooter. Sassy Cassie looking to follow that one. Dropping back a little Lucky Image to the inside. It's Vel, That's My Girl. Any one of 5 can win this one. 3/4 in 1, 30 and 1. Love to Put on a Show, trying to seal the deal. Got a deal with Sassy Cassie, winding it up on the outside for Lambright. Vel put on a, or Love to Put on a Show on the outside. Sassy Cassie is coming as they hit the wire. It's going to be a close one. Oh, Sassy Cassie might have got it. Right there was Val Miss Foxy Shooter. Loved to put on a show third. Good 3-horse photo right there. Then it was back to Val, that's my girl, followed then by Lucky Image. And then it was back to Shark and Image and JN Like a Bell. Close one here. Might have been Sassy Cassie. 2 minutes, 2 ticks. For the win, and it turned out to be the 1 Val Miss Foxy Shooter, your winner over the 6 Sassy Cassie. It's the 1 Val Miss Foxy Shooter to win the photo over Sassy Cassie. The 1 Val Miss Foxy Shooter, your official winner. The 2-year-old babe by straight shooting. It's the 4th win in 8 career starts now for Val Miss Foxy Shooter. Bred by Alvin Schwartz, owned by the King Racing Stable of Ohio, along with trainer Larry King. That's a pair of winners for them so far today. Driven to victory. It is a driving double on the afternoon for driver Clint Coy. The time of 2 minutes, 2/5. That's a brand new life best for Val Miss Foxy Shooter. Okay. Placings from race 3. Bell Miss Foxy Shooter, your divisional winner. J.N. Like a Bell, 6th. Lucky Image round up 5th. Vel, That's My Girl, 4th. Love to Put on a Show, 3rd. And Sassy Cathy, 2nd. Shark and Image, 7th. Recheck top down, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 7 on the bottom. The fractions were 28 and 3. The half, 101. 3/4 and 1, 30 and 1. And the winning time today, this a new life mark for Miss Foxy Shooter. Please note that the track is rated good, allowing 1 second. The track condition is good, allowing 1 second. Winning time today, Miss Foxy Shooter, 2 minutes, 2/5. Once again, bring them out for race 4, boys. Race 4 is up next. I see the 3. There they go. Often pacing Bell, That's My Girl, and Love to Put on a Show. Those two quickly off the wings out for the early lead as they corner into the turn. Love to Put on a Show has cleared into the lead as they head up the backside. Bell, That's My Girl got away 2nd. A gap of 2 to Lucky Image in the 3rd. That's Shark and Image in the 4th, followed by Miss Foxy Shooter in the 5th. Sassy Cassie got away 6th from the 2nd tier, currently 8 lengths off the lead, and then a gap of 3 to the 2. J.N. Like a Bow as they race to the quarter pole. That's Love to Put on a Show, a winner last time out in Connorsville, leading the way here, a length and a half. That's My Girl tracking that leader. Lucky Image is looking it over from 3rd. Opening fraction, 28 and 3. They're back in 4th. That's a Shark and Image, followed then by Miss Foxy Shooter sitting in 5th. Sassy Cassie 6th. 7th. J.N. Like a Bell as they race past the fans in the stands. It is Mike Peterson and Love to Put on a Show continuing to pave the way here from Bell, That's My Girl. Now J Cross pulled on the right line, gonna come first up with Lucky Image. Immediately picking up the cover there was Miss Foxy Shooter, the half, 101. Buried along the inside, Shark and Image is 5th. Now Sassy Cassie has moved to the outside, and now she's 3rd over, about 4 off the lead, looking to remain unbeaten here today. She's got some work to do as they head to the 3/4 pole. Love to Put on a Show. Now for the 4th and final division this afternoon for 2-year-old pacing fillies. A field of 7 lining up in here. No changes to report. In race 4, the 1 is Shania Bay, owned and trained by Jonathan Williams. Mike Peterson will catch drive. The 2, TL, it is Champagne, owned by the East Racing Stable, trained and driven by Don East, currently ranked 12th in the standings. The 3 is Northern Night Star, owned by the Northern Lane Farm, along with Deaver Racing. Jeff Deaver trains and drives, currently outside the top 16, 19th in the standings for Northern Night Star. The 4 is True Blue Bayou, 1 of 2 from the Larry King barn, owned by the King Racing Stable. Clint Coy looks for his 3rd winner today. True Blue Bayou is inside the top 8, currently 6th. The 5 is Bell, Tell Me a White Lie, the 2nd of the King trainees, owned by the King Racing Stable. Doug Rideout will do the driving. The 6 is Captain Misty from the 2nd tier, owned by Alan S. Racing. Wayne Miller trains and drives, 17th in the standings. And the 7 is Slick Trick Mick, trained by Harry Miller, owned and driven by Anthony Miller, currently 18th in the standings. Actually, the Wayne. For the horses to line up. do the job we do. Yeah, well. In behind, here is the fourth and final division. Indiana Sired Fair Circuit on the road to the Governor's Cup. It's round 12, Converse, race 4. Race time. There we go. Often pacing off to a good start. TL, it's Champagne, and on the outside, Northern Night Star. Those two cornering, going for that early lead. Shania Bay is right there along the inside in third. In between horses comes True Blue Bayou. Out widest of all, Ride Out in Vel, Tell Me a White Lie. And that one is continuing to brush up very quickly on the outside. So as they head to the quarter pole, Deaver takes a hole. Here comes Vel, Tell Me a White Lie. Brushing a rush up into the outside and has now taken the lead. It's Vel, Tell Me a White Lie, who's got the lead past the quarter pole. Northern Night Star in the 2-hole, but not much longer. And now Deaver pulled on the right line, and he's going to take over. So it's a give and go past the quarter as Northern Night Star's got the lead from Vel, Tell Me a White Lie. That's Shania Bay racing along in the third as they get set to swing through the stretch. With the lead here, it is a Northern Night Star. A 2-hole ride here today for Vel, Tell Me a White Lie as she's looked for her first win in her now 8th career start. There is action in the backfield now, moving to the outside. That's Clint Coy with True Blue Bayou along the inside. TL, it is Champagne, is locked in right now fourth. On the outside, a second over ride for Captain Misty, who's only about 3 off the lead. Buried along the inside now is Shania Bay, and to the outside come a Slick Trick, but only about 4 from the leader as they head up the backside. Northern Night Star continuing to hold that lead. Pressure coming from the chestnut. True Blue Bayou. Coy holding the hot hand right now. Could he get 3 out of the first 4 as they head to the 3/4 pole? Northern Night Star digging in now on the outside. That's True Blue Bayou. Lawayne Miller lurking on the leaders there with Captain Misty just 2 from the lead. Backpedaling a little now is Vel, Tell Me a White Lie. An 1/8 of a mile from home, Northern Night Star. True Blue Bayou, the chestnut, grinding it out. Looking to make a next stop. Pops to the Governor's Cup as they come down the lane. Northern Night Star finding more on the inside. Outside, True Blue Bayou. Northern Night Star gonna win it in a game effort tonight. Finishing the second, it looked like True Blue Bayou over Captain Misty, and then it was 4 more legs back to TL. It is Champagne, followed by Slick Trick Mick, Vel, Tell Me a White Lie, and Shania Bay. Well, front of the grandstand after a gutsy effort in race 4. Here's the 3, Northern Night Star. Northern Night Star is a 2-year-old bay filly. She's a daughter of Captain Midnight out of a Lease on Life mare, Northern Leanne. It's the second win on the fair circuit for the rookie Northern Night Star. Bred and co-owned by the Northern Lane Farm along with Deaver Racing Stable. Northern Night Star trained and driven to victory by Jeff Deeper. Things from race 4. Please note the fractions will be coming shortly. As soon as they become available, the fractions will be coming. But here's the official placings from race 4. The one Bay was 7th. GL, it is Champagne 4th. Northern Night Star, your divisional winner. True Blue Bayou was 2nd. Vel Tell Me a White Lie 6th. And Captain Misty wound up 3rd. Slick Trick Mick finished 5th. Reach top down 7, 4, 1. 2, 6, 3, and 5 on the bottom. Once again, fractions to come as soon as they become available. Meanwhile, we're going to give the boys an opportunity now. We've got 4 divisions for our 2-year-old Pixie Colts and Geldings coming up. So backside, you can bring them out for race 5. The 5th race is up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a bright future for all of us.
And Premier Bluebird gets it done. Bluebird does rewrite the record books.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Ninth race.
Race. It's the first 2-year-old geldings this afternoon. We're going to kick off the first division. A field of 7 lining up in here. They include the 1 Ranger Dan, 18th in the standings, owned by Jeremy Bybee, trained and driven by Brett Wilfong. The 2 Big On Artists, owned by the East Racing Stable, trained and driven by Don East, currently on the bubble in 8th in the standings. The 3 is Citrus Speed, owned by Twyla Hartz, along with Alvin Miller, who also trains. Jay Cross is in the driver's seat. The 4, Bluebird Thunder, owned by the Buckeye Stables. Jerry Schwartz trains. Mike Peterson will handle the lines. Bluebird Thunder tied for 15th in the standings. 14th in the standings is the 5, Special Rocker, owned and trained by Larry Poindexter. Jordan Ross aboard. And in the second tier, the 6 is Bell Kenya Smokum. Bell Mr. Kenya Smokum is owned by the King Racing Table, trained by Larry King, currently 13th in the standings. Right on that second tier, the 7 Midnight Fox, owned by D&J Racing. Jonathan Williams trained. Joe Maloney will catch drive. Midnight Fox is currently 12th in the standings. And 2 a little late. It is the first of 4 divisions, Indiana Sired Fair Circuit. Converse, race 5, race time. He got out of the way. There they go. Often facing Bluebird, Thunder, and Special Rocker. Those 2 vie for the early lead. A Big On Artist got away from the pylons in a 3rd. Sitting in 4th, that's Citrus Speed. A gap of 2 now. Midnight Fox has landed in 5th. And then a length and a half back to Val, Mr. Kenya Samoka. The early trailer, Ranger Dan, who made a break before the start. Up the backstretch they go. Peterson teaming up with Bluebird Thunder. They're on the motor. A Special Rocker gonna take that 2-hole ride for Jordan Ross. A gap of 2 to Donish and Big On Artist as they pass the quarter pole. J Cross and Citrus Speed are sitting in 4th, currently about 5 off the lead as they race midway into the far turn. Opening fraction here, 29 and 2. Sitting back in 5th, that's a Midnight Fox, followed by Bell, Mr. Kenya Smokum. Ranger Dan can see them all. Their single file alignment as they approach the half-mile mark, and it's Bluebird Thunder looking to go from Connorsville to Converse, back to back as Bluebird Thunder and Mike Peterson just took a little peek over his shoulder. No one quite there yet. Along the inside is Special Rocker. Now, Logan Loney going to take a peek to the outside with Midnight Fox. First up, half a minute and 2 ticks as they head up the backside. Midnight Fox now turning up the volume here and reaching for that lead. Bluebird Thunder needs to respond right now. A gap of 3. That Special Rocker backpedaling a little in 3rd. Looking to advance on the outside. Big Ranger Dan is on the move, followed by Big On Artist. They're past the 3/4. We got a new leader, Midnight Fox. And Logan Loney have kicked out to a 3-length lead. And now Brett Wilfong and Dan are taking up the chase off of 3/4 in 1:29. But Midnight Artist looking to get back on the winning track after going back-to-back a couple of starts ago. Holds that lead. Ranger Dan is second best, trying to close ground here late in the stretch. Midnight Fox, Ranger Dan Midnight Fox is gonna win it from Ranger Dan in the second. Bluebird Thunder gonna pick up the show dough. Then it was back to Big on Artist, maybe Special Rocker fifth, and then it was Bell, Mr. Can You Smoke 'Em, and Citrus Speed. 159 and 3. Midnight Fox. Winner, a divisional winner for 2-year-old pacing Colts in Gelding today. Here's the 7, Midnight Fox. Midnight Fox, a 2-year-old bay gelding, a son of Captain Midnight. That's a back-to-back Captain Midnights here from the Some Beach Somewhere mare. What a fox. It's now 3 wins from 8 career starts for Midnight Fox, currently 12th in the standings. This win could go a long way in trying to reach that Governor's Cup final. Midnight Fox was bred by Merle Schwartz of Indiana, owned by the D&J Racing Stables of Terry, Mississippi, trained by Jonathan Williams, nicely handled and driven to victory by Logan Loney. The official placings from race 5, Ranger Dan 2nd, Big on Artist 4th, Citrus Speed wound up 6th, Bluebird Thunder 3rd, Special Rocker 5th, Val Mr. Can You Smoke 'Em 7th, Midnight Fox was your divisional winner. Rechecking top down, 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, and 1 on the bottom. Here's the fractions, 29 and 2 for the quarter, the half in 1 minute and 2/5, 3/4 1:29. The winning time today for Midnight Fox was 1:59 and 3. All right, backside, you can bring them out for race 6. Race 6 is up next, the second of 4 divisions. We do have a late scratch to report here in race 6. Scratch the 5, Velveeta. Scratch number 5, Velveeta, from this upcoming 6th race. Bring them out backside, race 6, up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
the 5 Velveeta, left with the field of 5, including the 1 Western Stanford, owned by the Deer Creek Farm, trained by Joe Wagler, Kevin Detweiler aboard. 2 RB's Chocolate It Is, owned by Burke's Racing Stable, Ron Birch trains and drives. 3 Rock Alone, owned by the Deaver Racing Stable, Matt Wayan, along with T. Miller and Q. Albin. Jeff Deaver trains and drive. Rock Alone, 9th in the standings. The 4 is Show Me What You Got, owned by Dennis and Kathy Petty. Justin White trains. Mike Peterson aboard, 6th in the standings. Scratch the 5 Velveeta. The 6 is Alvin Show, owned and trained by Jesse Larkins. Brad Ferguson is the pilot. Starters called for the horses to line up. A little late. It's Converse Race 6. Post time.
Not yet. We will.
There they go. Often pacing to the inside. RB Chocolate It Is cornering with the lead. A Rock Alone left alertly as well. There to the inside comes Show Me What You Got, who has settled into third. Up on the outside of that one is Alvin Show, who looks to get in front of Western Stanford. So the field has settled into their position. On a break, Western Stanford has jumped it off in the backfield as they head up to the opening quarter pole. Ronald Burks, and that's RB's Chocolate It Is on the lead here, paving the way to the opening quarter. Leads it by almost 2. A Rock Alone content to race in the second. A gap of 2 to Show Me What You Got, who's going along racing in third. Alvin Show is 4th, currently 5 off the lead. Well back, but back pacing. That's Western Stanford. First quarter, 31-2. They're midway into the turn, and RB's Chocolate It Is, after a couple of runner-ups and show efforts, is looking for the victory today. And right now the ball is in his court as he leads the way here to the half-mile mark. RB's Chocolate It Is the sun. I'll tell it like it is. Continuing beyond the point here, and now Peterson just pulled on the right line at the half, and he's going to come with Show Me What You Got as they corner into turn 3. Rock Alone tucked up in the box seat in third. A gap of 2.5 to Alvin Show, and about 10 back to Western Stanford. The half 102-1 off the backstretch they go. Got a bit of a breather there, but RB's Chocolate Is holding that lead. Show Me What You Got. Gonna grind it out on the wheel of the leader. A length and a half back to Rock Alone in the third. And now 4 lengths back to Alvin Show, and at least a dozen to Western Stanford. Just past the 3/4 pole. RB's Chocolate Is looking to go all the way. Still leading though. That leads the way. Not going away yet. Show Me What You Got. 3/4 time. 1:31-3. They're midway into the last turn. And RB's Chocolate It Is has held off right now. Show Me What You Got as they straighten out for home. And RB's Chocolate It Is holding clear here from Show Me What You Got, who's second best today. Here comes the first win of the campaign of RB's Chocolate It Is. Going to go all the way to win it by 4 in the end. Finishing second, Show Me What You Got. Rock Alone closed late there to be third. And then it was back to Alvin Show, finishing 5th with the nickel. Western Stanford. RB's Chocolate It Is to a 1-2. in front of the grandstand, a divisional winner here this afternoon, taking it all the way. Here's the 2 RB's Chocolate It Is. RB's Chocolate It Is a 2-year-old brown colt, a son of Tell It Like It Is. Out of a rock and roll Hanover mare, Boxed Chocolates. First win in 6 career starts for RB's Chocolate It Is, bred by the Marks Creek Farm of Indiana. Is owned by Burke's Racing Stable of Cypress, Texas. Nicely trained and driven to victory by Ron Burke. The winning time of 2:01 and 2. That will establish a life mark for RB's Chocolate It Is. The official placings from race 6, Western Stanford 5th. RB's Chocolate Is your divisional winner. Rock Alone 3rd. Show Me What You Got was 2nd. Scratch Velveeta. Alvin Show 4th. Recheck top down 5, 1, 3. 2 scratch, 4 on the bottom. The fractions are 31 and 2. The half 102 and 1. 3/4 in 131 and 3. And the winning time today with a 59 and 1 back half here. RB's Chocolate Is 2:01 and 2. All right, backside, bring them out for race 7. Race 7 is up next. It's the 3rd of 4 division. 2-year-old pace. Race 7 up next. Okay.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
horses stepping on the track now for race 7. Here's the third of 4 divisions. For the 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings, we've got a field of 6 lining up in here. They include the 1, Checking for Dreams, owned by Derek Lehman, trained and driven by Wayne Miller. The 2, Exploder, owned and trained by Joe Wagler, Kevin Detweiler in the bike. 3, Somebody's Captain, owned and trained by Eli Schwartz, Brad Ferguson will catch drive. 4, Pat Rocco, by Taylor Racing LLC. Spence Taylor trains and drives. Pat Rocco's inside the top 8, ranked in 7th. The 5 is Bill Simple Simon, owned by the King Racing Stable, trained by Larry King. Doug Rhino drive. 4th is Standys is Bill Simple Simon. And in the second tier, the 6 is Literally Rockin', owned, trained, and reigned by Mike Peterson. Starters called. The horses still line up. Get half a dozen 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings, 5 on the gate, 1 a little late. Indiana Sired Fair Circuit round 12, Converse, race 7, post time.
Yeah, 3, 4 start.
There they go. Often pacing except for the 3. Somebody's Captain jumped it off well before the start. And meanwhile, Vel Simple Simon quickly off the wing, cornering into the sharp turn, has cleared into the lead. Pat Rocco came away second. On the outside there, racing his Exploder along the inside, Checking for Dreams in the 4th, sitting in 5th, Literally Rocket, back pacing, but way back. That is Somebody's Captain. They're settling in here as they head to the quarter pole. Right out leading the way here with Vel Simple Simon in a catch drive on the motor. Pat Rocco, that son of Pat Rock, is tracking that leader for Spencer Taylor. Checking for Dreams, making a start here today on the fair circuit, is sitting in 3rd. Then 1 from there, Literally Rocking. After an early leave, having to back off was Exploder. Opening quarter, 30 seconds flat, but not today. Well back, Somebody's Captain. As they swing through the stretch, it's a ride out, and Vel Simple Simon looking for win number 2 in the career, leading the way here to the half-mile pole. Pat Rocco, currently 7th in the standings, is right there 2nd. But as they head into turn 3, it's Vel Simple Simon looking to secure a spot in the Governor's Cup Final, August the 19th at the State Fair, leading the way, half 102, and got away with a 32 flat, a second quarter breather. Pat Rocco tracking that leader, yet to make a move out of that pocket. Back in 3rd, that's Checking for Dreams, so still no one yet to come in. Back in 4th, Literally Rocking. 5th, that is Exploder, not today. Somebody's Captain heading to the 3-quarter pole, and now Spence Taylor has given the green light to Pat Rocco as he pulled on the right line and looks to take on Vel Simple Simon. And these two are going to match stride for stride, a length and a half away. That's Checking for Dreams in 3rd, who moved to the outside. 3-quarter, 132. Top of the lane they come, and Vel Simple Simon digging in now on the outside. Pat Rocco hasn't gone away yet, but it is Vel Simple Simon holding that lead to a length from Pat Rocco as they come to the wire. It's going to be on the outside. Checking for Dreams. I came from absolutely nowhere to win it. Looked like Checking for Dreams in there. A photo for a second between Pat Rocco and Vel Simple Simon. Then it was Literally Rockin', Exploder, and Somebody's Captain. 202 flat. Photo time. Her 2-year-old facing Cole to the big rush in the stretch here. It's the one checking for dreams. Checking for dreams. A 2-year-old bay Colby, the son of Check 6 out of the Dream Away mare, All in a Dream. It's the first win in 5 career starts for Checking for Dreams. Bred by Orla J. Bontrager of Indiana. Is owned by Derek Lehman of Topeka. Trained and nicely handled and driven to victory by Wayne Miller. The winning time, 2:02, will establish a life mark for Checkin' for Dreams. The official placing from race 7, Checkin' for Dreams, was your divisional winner. Exploder finished 5th. Somebody's Captain 6th. Pat Rocco 3rd. Bell Simple Simon was 2nd. Literally a Rockin' wound up 4th. Up, down, 1, 5, 6. 3, 2, and 4 on the bottom. Here's the fractions from race 7. First quarter 30 flat. The half 102. 3 quarters in 132. And establishing a life mark with a victory today, Checking for Dreams, was 2:02. All right, backside, you can bring them out for race 8. Race 8's the 4th and final division on the pace today. Bring them out. Race 8 up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a bright future for all of us.
got them all, Southern dude. You got them all.
Horses out of the track now for race 8. Here's the fourth and final division of the afternoon. For 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings, our final event on the pace. Here in race 8, no changes to report. A field of 6 lining up. Pretty deep field of 6, including the 1 Diamonds JK's Mark. Owned by Deaver Racing, along with D&L Schneider and Wyatt Jones. Jeff Deaver trains and drives as he looks for his second winner today. The 2-horse, 10th in the standings, is Velcro, owned by the King Racing Stable, trained by Larry King. Clint Coy looking for a 3rd driving victory on the day. 3, He's in Command, races for Tom Weigel, trained by Justin White. Mike Peterson between the wheels. Your points leader, the 4, is Leapin' Pete's on his way, owned by Thurl Hensley, trained by Rocky Loney, driven by Logan Loney. 11th in the standings is the 5, Premier Final Touch, owned by Dennis Bontrager, trained and reined by Ronald Burks. And in the second tier, 5th in the standings, inside the top 8, it's the 6, Mason Kent, owned and trained by Bob Werner. Jay Cross will catch drive. Starter has called for the horses to line up. To the test barn. To the test fire. Gates are rolling. It's a field of 6. 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. 5 in line, 1 in behind. Indiana Sired Fair Circuit, Converse, race 8. Race time. There they go. Often pacing Premier Final Touch and Leapin' Pete on his way. Those two are going to corner into that first turn. Along the inside, Velcro got away in the third. A gap of 2 lengths now to He's in Command fourth. A little rough gated there was Diamonds JK Mark looking to get around that one. Mason Kent feels well strung out here before 1/8 of a mile's gone by. And it is Premier Final Touch. Ronald Burks looking to pick up 2 winners today. He's got the lead here as they approach the opening quarter, leading it by 1.5 lengths from your points leader. Leapin' Pete's on his way. Logan Loney very content to track in a second. There's a gap of about 3 lengths now. That's He's in Command going along next. Followed there as they race around the turn and out getting also rough gated was Velcro. They're coming to the top of the stretch for the first time. That opening quarter, 28 and 3, and it is with the lead here. Premier Final Touch looking to go from Connorsville to Converse as back-to-back winner leads the way and taps the brakes just a tad. Leapin' Pete on his way is on his back right now, sitting in the garden spot. 1.5 lengths to Velcro third, fourth. That's He's in Command. Fifth, Basin gapped about 4. Diamonds JK's Mark. The half a minute flat as they head up the backside off a breather there. That is with the lead. Premier Final Touch, but Leapin' Pete's on his way. Looks absolutely loaded in that pocket ride for Logan Loney. Still biding time. It's 2.5 back. That's Velcro in third. Another 2 to He's in Command. And Mason Kent. The trailer continues to be. That's Diamonds JK's Mark. And now Logan Loney did pull on the right line. And here comes Leapin' Pete's on his way. But Premier Final Touch hasn't given it up yet. He's going to fight back along the inside. 3/4 time. 1:30 and 3. Coming to the lane. These battle. Leapin' Pete's on his way. Seems to be going just a little bit better than Premier Final Touch. And your points leader, you're going to secure his spot. Governor's Cup champion, going to be a threat. Leapin' Pete's on his way. Going to win it, going away by 6. A little rough gated across the wire was a Premier Final Touch. Mason Kent might be third over Velcro fourth. Then it was back to He's in Command and Diamonds JK's Marks. It was Leapin' Pete's on his way. 2 minutes flat. back in front of the grandstand after scoring out of the pocket trip today. Here's your points leader. Going to stay on top in the points rankings. It's the 4. Leapin' Pete's on his way. Leapin' Pete's on his way. He's a 2-year-old bay colt from Freaky Feet Pete. Out of a Don't Get In My Way where a star is on the way. Here's the 5th win from 8 starts and throw in a couple of runner-up finishes for Leapin' Pete's on his way. Bred by Paul and Kathy Webb of Indiana, Leapin' Pete's on his way is owned by Thurl Hensley of Yorktown, trained by Rocky Loney, driven to victory. Here's a double on the day for driver Logan Loney. The official placings from race 8, Diamonds JK's Mark 6th, Velcro 4th. He's in command, got the nickel. Leapin' Pete's on his way, your divisional winner. Premier Final Touch finished 2nd. Mason Kent wound up with the show dough. Check, recheck, 6, 4, 5, 1, 2, and 3 on the bottom. Here's the fractions from race 8. Opening quarter 28 and 3. The half in a minute flat. 3 quarters 1:30 and 3. The winning time today for Leapin' Pete's on his way was a 2 minutes flat. The quickest mile of the day belonged to the first division for 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings. Midnight Fox stopping the clock today in 1:59 and 3. Well, that's going to wrap up the pacing portion of our card today. And now we're going to close it out. We've got 3 divisions coming up for both the boys and the girls here. Actually, 2 for the boys, but we've got 3 divisions for the girls coming up. So backside, you can bring them out. We're moving to the trot. Race 9, a field of 7. Bring them out for race 9. Do have a driver change to make a note of in the upcoming 9th race. The driver on number 2, bag full of surprises. Make the driver Mike Miller. Mike Miller will drive the 2, bag full of surprises.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
And Premier Bluebird gets it done. Bluebird does rewrite the record books.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
I really believe.
Horses have made their way onto the racetrack now for the ninth race. We're changing gears. We're moving to the trot. We've got 3 divisions coming up for our 3-year-old trotting fillies. Got a field of 7 here in race 9. 2 driver changes to make a note of. Start with the 2 bag full of surprises. That driver, Mike Miller. Mike Miller drives the 2 bag full of surprises. And a driver change for the 3 strong ABC. Make that driver Doug Rideout. Doug Rideout aboard the 3 strong ABC. Let's meet the field. The 1, 10th in the standings is Precisely. Owned by the 2-for-1 stable, trained by Bob Wyman, Kevin Lambright in the bike. 2 is Bag Full of Surprises, owned by the King Racing stable, trained by Joe Wagler. The driver change, Mike Miller. Mike Miller on the 2, Bag Full of Surprises. 7th in the standings, just inside the top 8, it's the 3, strong ABC. Leased and trained by William Wagler. Note the driver change to Doug Rideout. Doug Rideout on the 3. On the bubble, the 4, Helpful Yankee, 8th in the standings. Leased, trained, and trained by Scott Christner. 5th in the standings, the 5 is Casey Macy. Owned by Brian Carsey along with the black and white stable. Leander Schwartz trains. Kevin Detweiler's in the driver's seat. And in the second tier, the 6, Bluebird Sappy, just outside the top 16, is 17th in the standings. Owned by Farron Parr, trained by Justin White, driven by Mike Peterson. And also in the second tier, the 7, Don't Be Foolish, owned by the East Racing Stable, trained and driven by Don Each. Starters called for the trotters to line up. Rolling. It's a field of 7 3-year-old trotting fillies with 5 on the gate, 2 a little late. The first of 3 divisions, Indiana Sired Fair Circuit. It's round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup. Converse, race 9. Post time. There we go. Often trotting Casey Macy, widest of all. In between them, Helpful Yankee, cornering along the inside here. That's strong ABC. A break in the backfield, went back full of surprise. Also jumping it off now precisely off stride. So as they head up the backside, Casey Macy with a good early gate speed has cleared into an early lead of 2 from in the 2 hole. That's strong ABC and Rideout. A length away over from 3rd. Now closing that gap in for Bluebird Sappy. At least a double digits back here to Don't Be Foolish. Another 4 to Precisely back trotting. Bag Full of Surprises. First quarter trotted in 30 seconds flat. A 4-horse breakaway here as they get set to swing through the stretch. Kevin Detweiler looking for his second winner today. He's got Casey Macy on the motor. It's a 2-hole ride for strong ABC, coming off a win last time out in Connersville. Now moving to the outside here, that's a Peterson with Bluebird Sappy as they approach the half-mile mark. It is Casey Macy with the lead. Now to the outside, that's Helpful Yankee who's come first up. Back along the inside, in 3rd, that's strong ABC. Sitting in 4th, Bluebird Sappy, only 3 off the lead. The half slowed it down with a 33 flat second quarter of the half, 103. Casey Macy has been knocking on the door the last few starts, looking to close the door here today, but that lead is only a neck from a grinding Helpful Yankee. Lurking on the leaders here, that's strong ABC getting a nice spot in 3rd. Sitting in 4th, Bluebird Sappy, not today for Precisely, Don't Be Foolish, and a Bag Full of Surprises. They're past the 3 quarters, and the fair driver looking to make this another one today. That is Casey Macy, putting up 3 quarters in 1:30.3. And Casey Macy being asked to pick it up, and she responded with a 2.5 length advantage. Helpful Yankee is second best. Casey Macy with the lead. Helpful Yankees coming on late in the stretch here as they come to the wire. tight on the line, but I think Casey Macy just held on over a very fast closing helpful Yankee, and then it's close between either Bluebird, Sappy, or Strong ABC, and then back to Precisely, followed by Don't Be Foolish, and Bag Full of Surprises. It looked like it was Casey Macy. Have to wait for a photo. 202. The grandstand after taking it coast to coast. Here's the 5, Casey Macy. Casey Macy's a 3-year-old bay filly, a daughter of You Know You Do. Out of the Possess the Will mare, Midgard Supremacy. Here's the 3rd win of the season, 6th overall for Casey Macy. Bred by Mosey Miller of Indiana. And Casey Macy races for the Black and White Stable and Brian Carsey. Trained by Leander Schwartz, driven to victory. That's a double on the day for the fair's leading driver, Kevin Detweiler. Here's the official placings from race 9. Precisely 5th. Bag Full of Surprises 7th. Strong ABC finished 3rd. Helpful Yankee 2nd. Casey Macy, your divisional winner. Bluebird Sappy wound up 4th. Don't Be Foolish 6th. Recheck, top down, 5, 7, 3, 2, 1, 4, and 6 on the bottom. The fractions, 30 flat. The half, 103. 3/4, 132 and 3. Trotted a back half in 59 seconds flat today. It was Casey Macy in 202. All right, backside, we're moving along. You can bring them out. Race 10. The 10th race, the second of 3 divisions. 3-year-old trotting fillies up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed Development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
Horses out on the track now for race 10. Here's the second of three divisions, 3-year-old Triton fillies. Field of 6 lining up in here. Just one driver change to make a note of. Start with the 6 horse, Chalk Whoopie Pie. Make that driver Mike Miller. Mike Miller now drives the 6 Chalk Whoopie Pie in this 10th race. The field includes the 1, You Know Roses, owned, trained, and driven by Mike Peterson, just outside the top 16th, currently tied for 19th. The 2 is O'Deal's Farewell, owned by the 2-for-1 stable, trained by Bob Wyman. Kevin Lambright does the driving, currently tied for 11th in the standings. Inside the top 8, the 3, Helpin' Beauty, ranked 3rd, owned by Mrs. Sandra Okerson, trained by Leander Schwartz. Kevin Detweiler looks for a 3rd winner today. The points leaders, the 4, Can I Pile It All, owned by Dwayne Holman, trained by Kerry Holman. Clint Coy looks for his 3rd winner today. The 5, Her Wish, inside the top 8 in 6, owned by Billy Rawson, Julie Rideout, and Ryan Raber. Doug Rideout trains and drives. And in the second tier, the 6, Chalk Whoopie Pie, owned and trained by Joe Wagler. Note the driver change to Mike Miller. Mike Miller on the 6, Chalk Whoopie Pie. Starter Becky Wepkenberg has called for the Trotters to line up. Three-year-old trotting fillies with 5 in line, 1 in behind. It's the second of 3 divisions. Indiana Sired Fair Circuit. It's round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup. Converse, race 10. Race time. There they go. Often trotting, Can I Pile It All from the center of the track. Helpin' Beauty toward the inside. Her Wish left strongly from the outside. There to the inside, You Know Roses has come away trotting in the 4th. 5th is O'Deal's Farewell. And then it's a gap of about 8 lengths to the trailer from the second tier, Chalk Whoopie Pie. We got a battle up on the front end. A couple of young guns, Kevin Detweiler and Helpin' Beauty just parked out. Clint Coy, Can I Pile It All, and told him to take a seat in the 2-hole. So it'll be with the lead, Helpin' Beauty coming off a win in Connorsville. But right there, the points leader, Can I Pile It All, and Clint Coy have to take that seat in the 2-hole. Now just a length and a half to Her Wish, who looks over from 3rd. That opening quarter, 29-1. There's a gap of 2.5 now. That is O'Deal's Farewell, followed by You Know Roses. And then it's well back to Chalk Whoopie Pie. Single file alignment as they race through the stretch. And it is Helpin' Beauty with the lead here. And now popping the pocket before the half. Here comes Can I Pile It All. So they're going to do battle again as they get to turn 3. And Can I Pile It All looking to cross over, and successfully has crossed over into the lead. From now, Helpin' Beauty in second. Her Wish is going to take up the chase. Half in a minute and 2 ticks as they straighten out on the backside. Clint Coy high lining. Can I Pile It All, your points leader? She's got the target on her back, but she's got a lead of almost 3 now. Her Wish has moved into second. Helpin' Beauty backpedals a little in 3rd. It's a gap of 3 to O'Deal's Farewell in 4th. Sitting in 5th, that's You Know Roses. Not today for Chalk Whoopie Pie. Past the 3/4 pole. Can I Pile It All? Looking to keep the wins alive here. Leading at a length and a half from Her Wish. Trying hard in second. They went by 3/4, 1:28-2. How about a 28 flat 3rd quarter as they kick for home under urging? Can I Pile It All? Her Wish and Rideout trying to close the gap on the leader, but Can I Pile It All is on her game again today. Can I Pile It All? Gonna win it over Her Wish in the second. O'Deal's Farewell got up for the showdown. Then it was Helpin' Beauty, You Know Roses, Chalk Whoopie Pie, gonna round out the half a dozen. Can I Pile It All? Look for this one in the Governor's Cup Championship. 2 minutes flat. In front of the grandstand after scoring today here at race 10, the second of 3 divisions for 3-year-old Trotting Fillies. Your points leader going to stay right on top. It's the 4, Can I Pilot All? Can I Pilot All is a 3-year-old bay, daughter of Pilot Discretion from the Tom Ridge mare, Lady Jane. It's the 7th win on the fair circuit for Can I Pilot All here today. 9th overall, bred by Glenn Hirschberger of Indiana. Can I Pilot All races for Dwayne Holman, trained by Kerry Holman. Driven to victory, that's a hat trick, a triple on the day for driver Clint Coy. The official placings from race 10, You Know Roses 5th, O'Deal's Farewell 3rd, Helping Beauty 4th. Can I Pilot All was your divisional winner. Her Wish 2nd, Chalk Whoopie Pie wound up 6th. Recheck top down, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2, 6 on the bottom. The fractions, 29 and 1, the half in a minute and 2/5, 3/4 in 1:28 and 2, and the winning time today for Can I Pilot All was 2 minutes flat. All right, backside, bring them out for the third and final division. Third and final division for 3-year-old Trotting Fillies. Field of 6. We're ready to go. Race 11 up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed Development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
Everyone, that's round 12, the second and final day of round 12 here in Converse, will be taking place here tomorrow. Same time start, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as we will bring round 12 to a conclusion here in Converse today. Also, don't forget they'll go to Portland this coming Saturday. That'll be round 13. And then the final one will be in Frankfurt on the Saturday before the week of the Governor's Cup, and that's the last chance to dance, will be in Frankfort at Clinton County Fairgrounds. So after tomorrow, we've got just 2 more rounds to go. You got to get your points while you can. So don't forget, we're coming back here tomorrow, second and final day here in Converse for round 12 of the Governor's Cup.
5 Peterson.
5 Mike Peterson, yeah. Trotters have made their way onto the track now for race 11. Here's the third and final division today for 3-year-old trotting fillies. Field of 6 lining up, just 1 driver change to make a note of. The 2-horse Honor Roll, make that driver Lawayne Miller. Lawayne Miller drives the 2 Honor Roll. A field of 6 lining up, including the 1 Delphi's Opponent, owned by Daryl Schwartz and Truber, trained and driven by Joe Wagler. The 2 is Honor Roll, tied for 19th in the standings, owned by Roger Wilkin, trained by Justin White. Note the driver change to Lawayne Miller. Lawayne Miller on the 2, Honor Roll. 3, Dancinator, races for the 2-for-1 stable. Bob Wyman's the trainer, Kevin Lambright the driver. 4, Topville Ideal, currently 2nd in the standings, owned by the Black and White stable, along with Brian Carsey. Leander Schwartz trains, Kevin Detweiler handles the line. Tied for 11th to 5, Explosive Help, owned by the Been There, Done That Racing. Carl Newland trains, Mike Peterson aboard. And in the second tier, the 6 is Dover the Limit, owned by Taylor Racing, along with AJ Wright. Spence Taylor trains and drives. A field of 6 3-year-old trotting fillies, 5 on the gate, 1 a little late. Indiana Tired Fair Circuit, Converse, race 11, post time.
Roll again.
There they go. Often trotting Topville Ideal from the second tier. Neatly Dover the Limit going to get away second as they corner into that turn. On a roll, came away in the third. On a break in the turn, went Delphi's opponent, has jumped it off. Looking to avoid that one, there is Dancinator. On a break, way back to Explosive Help. So as they head up the backside, Kevin Detweiler and Topville Ideal on the motor. It's a 2-hole ride for Dover the Limit, who has come away neatly from that second tier in second. And now looking to drive it up on the outside, Dancinator with Lambright. There to the inside, that's On a Roll, who came away trotting in fourth as they pass the quarter, racing into that far turn. And it is Topville Ideal, putting up an opening quarter of 30-3. So Topville Ideal, Kevin Detweiler, looking for his third winner today. But Spence Taylor has other ideas as he tracks with the Dover the Limit, who's racing along in the second. As they approach the half-mile mark, it is Topville Ideal. Trainer Leander Schwartz looking to take 2 of the 3 divisions for the fillies here today, but under a very tight line. That's a Dover Limit continuing to track in second. Dancinator going along in third, 2.5 off the lead. On a Roll sits in fourth, in with a shot 4 from the leader, and then well back to Delphi's opponent and Explosive Help. The half, 102-3. How about a 32 flat second quarter breather? And now going to pick the tempo up. That's Topville Ideal with the lead. And now here's Dancinator coming to call on the outside. To the inside, that's a Dover the Limit. A gap of now 5 here to On a Roll back in fourth. They're past the 3/4 pole. Topville Ideal, a 4-time winner this year, continues to trot with that lead. On the inside, saving ground, Dover the Limit. The 3/4 came up 31-3. Right there on the outside, Dancinator hasn't gone away, but they got to capture Topville Ideal, trotting for home with that lead of 2, and she's finding more. Topville Ideal. Detweiler's getting with a hat trick. Yes! Topville Ideal gonna win it, finishing second. It looked like Dancinator second over at Dover the Limit, who finished third. Then it was back to On a Roll in fourth, and Delphi's opponent gonna pick up the nickel, and then well back to Explosive Help. Topville Ideal, Schwartz and Detweiler, 2 minutes, 4/5. In front of the grandstand, a divisional winner here this afternoon for 3-year-old trotting fillies. This is the 4, Topville Ideal. Topville Ideal is a 3-year-old brown filly by Dover Dan. Out of the credit winner mare, I will take credit. Here's the win of the season for Topville Ideal, securing a spot in that Governor's Cup Championship a few weeks away. Bred by Merle Yoder of Indiana, Topville Ideal is owned by the Black and White Stable along with Brian Carsey. They're second winners of the day. How about a training double on the day and took 2 of the 3 divisions for the fillies? Leander Schwartz. How about a driving triple on the afternoon for the fair's leading driver, Kevin Detweiler. Also note the time, 2 minutes, 4/5 by a tick. Just by a tick. That's a brand new life best for Topville Ideal. The official placings from race 11, Delphi's opponent 5th, On a Roll 4th, Dancinator 2nd. Topville Ideal, your divisional winner. Explosive Help finished 6th. Dover the Limit 3rd. Recheck top down 5, 4, 2, 1, 6, and 3 on the bottom. Here's the fractions from race 11, opening quarter 30-3. The half 102-3. 3/4 and 131-3. Once again, establishing a new life mark here today. Topville Ideal stopped the clock in 2 minutes and 4/5. It turned out that the points leader, Can I Pilot All, in between those two divisions, did get the fastest of the three divisions today. 2 minutes flat. All right, backside. Boys turn on the trot. Sophomores, 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings up next. Race 12, a field of 7. You can for race 12, the first of two divisions to close out the first of 2 days. Converse up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. We're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
He's on the way.
Horses making their way onto the racetrack now for race 12. The first of two divisions to close out the day. 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. One driver change to make a note of here in race 12. The 2-horse Swan Jordan make the driver Mike Miller will race. Let's meet the field of 7 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. Fifth in the standings, owned by the King Racing Stable, trained by Larry King, looking for 2 winners today, driven by Mike Peterson. 13th in the standings is the 2 Swan Jordan, owned and trained by Joe Wagler. Note the driver change to Mike Miller. Mike Miller on the 2 Swan Jordan. Tied for 17th outside the top 16 is the 3 Year of Fear, owned by Julie Rideout, Gracie Rawson, along with Dr. Ellen White. Doug Rideout trains and drives. Inside the top 8, third in the standings is the 4 Don't Keep Secrets, owned by Jerry Kiniger, trained by Rocky Loney. Logan Loney looking for a 3rd winner today. The 5 is He Said He Would, currently outside the top 8, but inside the 16, he's 10th in the standings, owned by the Back Road Stable and Beastie LLC. Harry Miller trains, Kevin Lambright steers. Help is already here. Kevin Detweiler looking for the Grand Slam. And the 7 is You Know Dancer, owned by Ryan Belford. Spence Taylor trains and reigns. Year-old trotting colts and geldings. We've got 5 in line, 2 in behind. The first of 2 divisions to close out round 12. Indiana Sired Fair Circuit on the road to the Governor's Cup. Converse, race 12. Posta! There they go. Open riding. Don't Keep the Secret. Quickly off the wings, out for the early lead. A length and a half back. Val Eugene came away second. Upon the outside of that one, He Said He Would. To the inside, it's Swan Jordan in the 4th. Racing on the outside, Year of Fear. Then back to the inside to You Know Dancer. The trailer, that is Help, is already here. Up the backside they go, trotting with that lead. Don't Keep Secrets, and Logan Loney in search of a 3rd winner. But coming to call right now is Doug Reddit in a parked out Year of Fear. Locked in the box there. That's Avail Eugene going along in 3rd. It's 2 lengths back to He Said He Would, who looks it over from 4th. Then there's another gap of 2 to Swan Jordan. That opening quarter, 30 seconds full at Year of Fear parked out, but giving chase to the pace here on the inside. Don't Keep Secret looking to hang that one right now. Val Eugene is in a nice spot, coming off a win in Connorsville last time out as they approach the half-mile mark. Yet to see the sticks. That is a parked out Year of Fear reaching for relief, but Logan Loney and Don't Keep Secrets continuing to hold him out on the rim to the inside. That is Avail Eugene sitting in 4th with a shot. He Said He Would. Gap 2, Swan Jordan. The half evenly rated, a minute flat, but Year of Fear hasn't gone away. Sticks a neck in front of That's Don't Keep Secrets along the inside. These 2 still continue to do battle along the inside. Val Eugene is in 3rd. Now getting a little closer. That's He Said He Would. Now moving up, it's You Know Dancer into 5th as they race past the 3/4 pole. Logan in search of 3. and he's got Don't Keep a Secret, a 3-time winner this year, holding the lead. But Year of Fear is going a monster effort here. 3 quarters, 130 flat, 30 consecutive quarters, 3 times in a row as they come to the top of the lane. Can Don't Keep It close the deal here? Don't Keep a Secret maintaining the lead. Year of Fear sticking with a shot. Is Don't Keep Secrets. Year of Fear. Val Eugene trying to slip the inside. Don't Keep Secrets. Val Eugene will be second. Year of Fear third. He said he would finish fourth. Then it was You Know Dancer, followed by Help Is Already Here, and then Swan Jordan. Loney's in with a hat trick today. Don't Keep Secret. 2 minutes, 4/5. Toward the grandstand, in front of the grandstand, a divisional winner for 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings today. This is the 4. Don't Keep Secrets. Don't Keep Secrets, a 3-year-old bay gelding, a son of Don't Let 'Em, out of a Keep It a Secret mare, Linda's Secret. It's win number 4 on the season after winless in that 2-year-old campaign. A homebred, bred and owned by Jerry Kininger of Rochester. It's a second winner on the day for trainer Rocky Loney. How about a driving triple on the afternoon? Yeah, the hat trick for driver Logan Loney. The official placings from race 12, Val Eugene 2nd, Swan Jordan 7th, Year of Fear 3rd, Don't Keep Secret, your divisional winner. He said he would finish 4th. Help Is Already Here 6th. You Know Dancer wound up 5th. Rechecking top down 2, 7, 3, 1, 4, 6, and 5 on the bottom. Here's the fractions from race 12. Opening quarter 30 flat, the half in a minute flat, 3 quarters in 130. And the winning time here today for Don't Keep Secrets, 2 minutes, 4/5. All right, backside, here's the 13th and final race for you. The last one coming up. 3-year-old trotting colts and gelding, second and final division. Race 13, the finale, up next.
In Indiana, we grow it. And when it comes to harness racing, the Indiana program has grown to become one of North America's very best. Breed Development and the ISA have been there every step of the way by overseeing and promoting the Indiana sired racing, breeding, and stakes programs at every level. we're working to ensure a right future for all of us.
And Premier Bluebird gets it done. Bluebird does rewrite the record books.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Seven's at Bill Miller. Okay. Or Mike Miller.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, horses have made their way onto the racetrack for the 13th and final race, the first half of round 12 on the road to the Governor's Cup. We're going to close it out with 3-year-old Trotting Colts and gelding second and final division. A couple of driver changes to make a note of. Start with the 4. Make that driver Doug Rideout on the 4. And a driver change for the 7 Meadowbrook Duke. Make that driver Mike Miller. Mike Miller on the 7 Meadowbrook Duke. So we're left with a field of 7 that include the 1 Ponda Star Buster just inside the top 8, ranked in 7th, owned by Brett Wilfong and the Goose Island Stable. Brett Wilfong trains and drives. 4th in the standings is the 2, 1 Mike Out, owned by Julie Rideout, John Llewellyn, and Donald Coy. Doug Rideout trains. Clint Coy will do the driving. 3 Doje Carter, owned by the Doje Stables, trained and reined by Matt Reinheimer. The 4 Punkum, owned and trained by William Wagler. Note the driver change to Doug Rideout. Doug Rideout is on the 4 Punkum, 6th in the standings. 5 Photographer, owned by Norman Wagler, trained and driven by Joe Wagler. And in the second tier, your points leader, the 6, Don't Tell Anyone, owned by the Black and White Stable, trained by Leander Schwartz. Kevin Detweiler does the driving. And rounding out the field, also in the second tier, the 7 is Meadowbrook Duke, owned and trained by Joe Wagler. His second here in this race, driven, note the driver change to Mike Miller. Mike Miller on the 7 Meadowbrook Duke. Gates rolling. A field of 7 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. We've got a recall. There's a recall here in race 13. We've got a recall. How did that happen? for the horses. Still like that. Take two, gates rolling. A field of 7 3-year-old trotting colts and geldings. We've got 5 in line, 2 behind. Indiana Sire Fair Circuit, round 12, Governor's Cup, Converse, race 13. Race time. One on a break. There they go. Often trotting to the inside. One, Mike out, goes for the early lead. The one who made a break before the start, Ponda Star Buster. 3 deep into the turn. That's a don't tell anyone. There along the inside. Now on a break goes Meadowbrook. Duke jumped it off. Also off stride. Now don't tell anyone has made an unexpected break there. So as they head up the backside and let the dust settle here after 3 breaker, now 4 breakers. The 4 Punkum just jumped it off. So we're left with 3 standing here as they head to the quarter pole. 1 Mike out with that lead of 2. A Doge Carter has come away in a second. Now another breaker. Photographer jumped it off. So now we're left with a 2-horse breakaway here as they head past the quarter in 30 seconds of flat. And with the lead here, 1 Mike out, who looks to extend that winning streak here to 6 today, coming off a Maple City 3-year-old trot win as they come through the stretch to the half-mile mark. 1 Mike out. Clint Coy looking for another winner today. Could be 4 sitting in that 2-hole trip. That's a Doge Carter. Now a much closer third is Don't Tell Anyone. Nice recovery there. And then a gap of about 5 or 6. That's a Pumpkin going along in 4th. They're past the half, heading into turn 3. 1 Mike out. Continues to lead the half. 102 and 2. How about a 32 and 2 second quarter? Kevin Detweiler made up a ton of ground. And here's Don't Tell Anyone, your points leader, looking to recover after that early break as they race to the 3-quarter pole. 1 Mike out continues to lead. It's Don't Tell Anyone who's getting a little closer, but they're going to sprint that last quarter. 1 Mike out leads by 2. Right there, Don't Tell Anyone. They have now left Doge Carter in the they're past 3 quarters in. 132 and 3 coming down to 1 Mike out and Don't Tell Anyone. One of these drivers is going to get 4 today. Who's it going to be? Coy or Detweiler? Coy's got the advantage right now. 1 Mike out, holding clear by 2. Over Don't Tell Anyone. Roger that. 1 Mike out. Gonna win it by 3 in the end. Over the points leader, Don't Tell Anyone. A Doge Carter for the show, though. Then it was Pumpkin who finished 4th. Looks like Meadowbrook Duke got the nickel. Then back to Photographer and Ponda Star Buster. 1 Mike out. 201. In front of the grandstand, a divisional winner, and now 6 wins in a row on the circuit for the 1 Mike out. 1 Mike out, a 3-year-old bay gelding, a son of Pilot Discretion from the SJ's Caviar Mare, Romp Away Gypsy. 6 wins in a row, all on the year here for 1 Mike out, a threat in the Governor's Cup championship. How about 12 for 32 lifetime is one Mike Out. Bred by Chris Nisley of Indiana. One Mike Out is owned by John Llewellyn, Donald Coy, and Julie Rideout. Trained by Doug Rideout. Driven to victory. How about a grand slam on the afternoon for driver Clint Coy? Here's the official placings from race 13. Ponda Star Buster, 7th. One Mike Out, your divisional winner. Doge Carter, 3rd. Pumpkin wound up 4th. Photographer finished 6th. Don't Tell Anyone, 2nd. Meadowbrook Duke finished 5th. Recheck top down, 7, 1, 3, 4, 6, 2, and 5 on the bottom. Here's the fractions: 30 flat, the half 102 and 2, 3/4 132 and 3. And the winning time today was 2:01 and 2. Well, that's going to wrap up a pretty exciting afternoon here in Converse. But if you didn't get enough today, come on back tomorrow, either on track or if you're watching via live streaming courtesy of 412 Communications, come on back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to feature the 2-year-old trotters and the 3-year-old pacers, all part of a 12-race card here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the post time. At this time, we want to thank the Converse track crew along with all of our harness racing officials and state officials for partaking in today's competition. On behalf of everyone, we'll be ready to see you tomorrow, but for now, this is track announcer Rick Uppel saying thank you and good night.